So welcome back, children. Today we are going to study about the replication of DNA. Okay. So what is replication? It is the process by which a DNA molecule, a parental DNA molecule is getting divided into two daughter molecules. Okay. So as you know, DNA is a double-stranded molecule, and this DNA with two double strands will get divided into two molecules of DNA. Okay, two daughter DNA molecules are formed from a single parental DNA. So this process is called what? Replication. Is it clear? And replication, DNA replication is said to be semi-conservative. Okay, it is said to be semi-conservative. What do you mean by semi-conservative? Where in the daughter molecules, okay, daughter molecules are having two different strands. Among that, one strand is of the parental one and the other strand is the newly synthesized one. Okay, the newly synthesized one. So this is known as what? The semi-conservative method of DNA replication, where what happens is, in the daughter molecule one strand is conserved as such and a new strand is synthesized using the complementarity. Okay, or what I have already told, wherever A is there, what will be there in the other strand? T. Okay, so wherever C is there, G will be there. Likewise, using this complementarity, a new strand is synthesized. Okay, what on the parental strand. Okay, so likewise, in a new formed DNA daughter molecule, one strand is what? The parental one, and the other will be the newly synthesized one. So this is known as semi conservative method. Okay, semi conservative method of DNA replication. Okay, so this semi conservative method of DNA replication was proved by scientist known as Michelson and Stahl. Okay, so Michelson and Stahl's experiment proved that the DNA replication is semi conservative. Okay, semi conservative method, or semi conservative method DNA replication takes place. So is it clear what is semi conservative method of DNA replication means? In the daughter molecules, one strand is conserved, one strand is considered as the parental one and the other strand is synthesized, newly formed. Okay, so for this Michelson and Stahl, what they did is, they have grown E. coli bacterium. Have you heard about E. coli? Escherichia coli bacterium. So in this only they have done the experiment. Clear? So they were grown in a medium. Clearly listen, they have grown the E. coli bacterium in a medium containing ammonium chloride. Okay, so this ammonium chloride, what was having? NH4Cl. This was having one speciality, that is, the nitrogen in it was the heavy isotope of nitrogen, N15. Is it clear? Then, so that they were growing them for long, means for many generation. So that what happened? This heavy DNA molecule, this heavy nitrogen, okay, heavy nitrogen incorporated into the DNA molecule of this E. coli bacterium. Okay, and this they can distinguished by means from the normal DNA by centrifugation in a cesium chloride density gradient. Is it clear? So by what cesium chloride density gradient centrifugation, they could distinguish which is heavy and which is normal isotope. Normal means what? Normal will have N14 in the what in their DNA, isn't it? As they are grown in N14 containing medium. Okay, and N15, as they were grown for many generations in N15 ammonium chloride containing medium, they were all become heavy types. Clear? Now what they did is, means the bacteria which are grown in this heavy isotope of nitrogen were all heavy types. Okay, we are having N15 in their DNA. Clear? DNA, for the formation of DNA, what they need? Nitrogen they need, and for that they used to take the nitrogen from the medium. Okay, now what they did is they have transferred the cells into a medium containing N14. Okay, that is ammonium chloride with the normal N14. Okay, and then what they did is they took out various samples to measure their density, and by which method? By density gradient centrifugation. Okay, so they could see that the DNA extracted from the cells after one generation, okay, from N15 medium to N14 medium, were having hybrid DNA with intermediate density. Clear? So the first one, they were grown in N15 containing medium, so they were having high what density, and after transferring this bacterium which were grown in N15 to N14, okay, then they have measured this their density, and they could see that they were having a DNA with intermediate density. Okay, so then again after two generation, when they were doing this, they got both light DNA and hybrid DNA. Okay, so likewise what they could do is they could understand that, see here you can see this is N15 contain the bacteria who were grown in N15 containing medium. So both were having what both the strands were having N15 containing DNA, or both the strands were having N15. Okay, then what they did, they have transferred them into what a medium containing N14. Okay, N14 containing medium they have transferred. They have transferred it to what N14 containing medium. Okay, so what happened is after one generation, they could see that one strand, okay, red, you can see as red, that was of the N15 one, and the other one, okay, and the other one is, that is the greenish one, shaded one, that is what N14. Why this N14 came here? Because their DNA was N15. Okay, 2, if this DNA is getting divided into 2, okay, one strand was maintained by that, the one parental strand was maintained by the daughter DNA molecule, and the other one is synthesized. Okay, synthesized. So for synthesizing, what they need? They need nitrogen, isn't it? Nitrogen also along with other molecules. So as they were grown in N14 containing medium, what happened? The newly synthesized strand, okay, which is shown as green here, were having N14. Okay, then what happened again? They were what after some more generation, they could see that, okay, here you see, here you can see that two strands, this strand and this one, they were of N14 containing. Okay, why? Because they were grown in this in N14 containing medium, and this DNA, okay, this DNA, when it formed the new daughter strands, you can see that the green one, okay, they synthesized one more green strand from N14 medium, and the red one, okay, that is N15 containing DNA strand, they synthesized a new strand of DNA from N14 containing medium. So you can see that this DNA molecule is first one is getting divided into two daughter molecules of DNA, with one is having both the strands of N14, and the other one with one strand of N14, and another strand with N15. N15 from where it came? It was the parental strand. Is it clear? Same way this also. This also got divided into two, okay, and in one in the molecule which is having the N14 strand as the parental one, they synthesized one more strand, okay, and they become N14 containing strand, and the other one, what happened is, one was having N14 and the other was having N15. Is it clear? So in all these molecules, you can see that one strand is of the parental one and the other strand is synthesized. So from this, it was clear that what DNA replication is, okay, what DNA replication is semi conservative. Okay, so as they have transferred this, okay, DNA with hybrid strands, okay, to what after 20 minutes, when they transferred to N14 containing medium, okay, they could see that all this were formed. Okay, light ones were also there and hybrid ones also were there. Okay, and later on in Vicia Faba, okay, Taylor and colleagues, okay, they also proved that DNA in chromosomes also replicate by semi-conservative method. Okay, so this is one experiment to prove that what DNA replication is semi-conservative. Okay, who proved this? Michelson and Stahl. What they did, they have grown the bacterium E. coli in a medium containing ammonium chloride with nitrogen's heavy isotope. Okay, then what they did, they transferred this bacterium, okay, into a medium containing ammonium chloride with nitrogen 14 or light ones. Okay, and then they could see that what the DNA formed were hybrids. Then what they did is, DNA extracted from the culture, okay, one generation after the transfer from N15 to N14, okay, that is after 20 minutes. E. coli divides in 20 minutes. They were having hybrid hybrid or intermediate density, and after 40 minutes they could see that, that is in the second generation, they could see that both what strands, that is hybrid DNA, what were also there and light DNA were also there. So from this, what they understood, that DNA replication is semi conservative. Okay, and then later on, other scientists like what that is Taylor and colleagues, okay, they proved that DNA in chromosomes also replicate semi conservative. Okay, so let's study in detail about the DNA replication. What all machinery or what all tools are needed for DNA to get divided into the daughter molecules? Okay, first of all, what we need is enzymes. Okay, various enzymes are needed because DNA has to be cut, it has to be joined. So for all this, there is no other medium other than enzymes. So enzymes are the major ones that are needed for the replication process. Okay, so the first DNA, the first enzyme that is needed for DNA replication is DNA polymerase. Okay, what is it? DNA polymerase. Okay, DNA polymerase. And this DNA polymerase enzymes, okay, they are also known as DNA dependent DNA polymerase. Why? Because they are dependent on the DNA. Okay, because when we learn about transcription, we will study DNA dependent RNA polymerase also there. Okay, so these are also known as what? DNA polymerase or DNA dependent DNA polymerase. Okay, so their main function is what, just to add new nucleotides. Okay, nucleotides, what are the basic blocks or units of DNA? Nucleotides, isn't it? Deoxyribonucleotides are the what? Monomers. DNA is a polymer, right? Do you remember last year we have learned they are made up of what? Smaller units known as nucleotides. So what are the nucleotides in DNA? Deoxyribonucleotides. isn't it? So the function of DNA polymerase is what? To join the DNA means fragments or not to join, they add the nucleotides to the primer, RNA primer, that we will discuss later. So the main function of DNA polymerase is to synthesize new strand, okay, and while synthesizing this new strand, okay, the DNA polymerase should be very fast. Okay, see, for example, our what is the length of our DNA? 6.6 into 10 raised to the power 9 base pair, isn't it? So this much DNA can be replicated within 38 minutes. Means the average rate of polymerization. So what is the main function of DNA polymerase? Polymerization of nucleotides, and this is a very fast process, and a DNA polymerase can add around 2000 base pair per second. Is it clear? So within 1 second, 2000 base pairs can be added by a DNA polymerase. Is it clear? And one more thing, while adding also, there should not be any mistake, isn't it? So if any mistake happens, what will happen? It will lead to what? To the mutation and all. So DNA polymerase is a very what very important enzyme that helps in the DNA replication. What they do, they help in the polymerization of nucleotides, okay, and at the same time, okay, they are doing it very fastly, and also they are doing it very accurately, okay. Then next, the energy. This is a energy requiring process, isn't it? For any molecule to be added, polymerization has to be done. This needs energy, and this energy is given by the deoxyribonucleoside triphosphates. What are they? They are the building blocks of DNA, isn't it? So deoxyribonucleoside triphosphates, they act as the substrates, and also help to give, or they provide the energy for the polymerization, okay. So what happened in this the two terminal phosphates, okay, they are very energy rich bonds, and it is equal to the ATP. So when they are adding, what happened? This will get hydrolyzed, and they release energy, and this gives energy for the process to continue. Is it clear? So this was asked many times. What are the functions of deoxyribonucleoside triphosphates in DNA replication? What is that? They help in the they are the monomers or substrates, okay. They are keeping on adding to form DNA. They act as the what dual purpose they are doing, okay. One is what? They act as the substrate, and also they provide energy for the polymerization reaction. Is it clear? So in addition to this, there are number of enzymes which are taking part in the process of replication, okay. So we will study that in the next video.